comedians, and they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
But for the most
I should have you name names on that.
no, I'm not going to do that.
Okay. But yeah, so it works out because I don't know. I've always and there's comedians that go out with I know that are couples that do very well. But I dated a couple comedians. It's just too much ego and too much competition, I think.
Well, first off, you have to make sure that they're funny, and then also that they're not going to ruin your career if something goes sour.
Yeah, huh?
You know, because we got such burgeoning careers, but actually yours is just about to explode because your one man show is just about to hit the Hollywood Fringe Festival. But
well, we'll see what happens. But okay.
No, the Hollywood Fringe Festival. Let me tell you, we tell all you guys in the studio because I performed at the first annual.
The anal.
I was going to say, as opposed to the anal.
As opposed to the anal.
Cheers.
Hollywood Fringe Festival in 2010. Got a rave review in the LA Weekly and Backstage Magazine. I performed 3 times. It's a great time. Mm. They have parties. Yep. They have shows just nonstop all over Hollywood. Yeah, and your show Signs
right.
will be. And what are the dates for Signs and where's it playing at?
It's at the Broadwater Second Stage. The first show is June 8th, and it'll be running until June 29th.
Right. And you have a website, Jonathan David Signs, is that
right.
.com?
JonathanDavidSigns.com.
Right.
Can we get tickets on that website?
Well, you can get tickets on that
website. I want all of us to go and check it out. We'll figure out a day we'll figure out a day we're all there because I'm curious. Because I've done one-man shows, and it's what was your process of writing? Now, you're stand-up, and this is why I like you. So you really talk about your life, or you really delve deep into your life. And I think it's a lost art these days. I think a lot of comedy needs more angst and needs more reality.
Mm-hmm. So I've been working on family material for a long time since I started doing comedy. So I took all of my family material and put it into the show, and then because it's a one-man show and not like just a basic comedy show, I can do darker bits. So I do bits about my mom being a paranoid schizophrenic and deaf. I do bits about like my parents' drug issues, like in depth.
Were her like hands like fighting with each other?
Did she actually hear voices?
No, well that's one of the jokes in there is that my mom's deaf and schizophrenic, so she can't hear the voices in her head.
I love it.
So
that's killer awesome.
But no, my mom like would see things that weren't there. Like she would see like demons and shit like that, and she'd like tell me like there's demons outside. You're gonna get eaten by the demons like all the time. After a while, you're just like, Mom, come on.
And she was high when she was saying this.
Yeah, she's smoking rocks. Man.
So it's like it's almost the same as, no, I swear there's a monster under my bed. She goes, right, there's a demon in the corner.
Right.
It's like, oh yeah, there's definitely a monster in your bed. I see him too.
Well, so who would come and flush out the monsters at night?
She'd tell me to go hide in the closet.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's a monster in there. They go hide underneath the sink.
She's like, you can hide. Don't worry about the monster under the bed. You can hide with the demon in the closet.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
I got rocks to smoke. I don't have time for you.
Exactly. So, and you're going to have somebody signing as you're talking, is that right?
An interpreter the entire time.
Yeah, I in Vegas, I did a show with an interpreter once.
Yeah.
And you know how filthy my act is. There was a lot of words I didn't know that they actually had signs for.
Like what?
I don't know. That's the shit I was talking about. Yeah, no, I was talking about, you know.
I talk about it a little bit in the show.
S&M and just, you know, fucking, that's everything, yeah.
I do a little bit of like why I love sign language so much in the show, like and talk about different signs that I love. Right. One sign that I don't talk about, I probably should. One of my favorite signs is the sign for whore.
Oh, so let me. What's the sign for whore?
You put your hand, you make a W.
Okay.
And you put it out to the side, and like you're like a whore walking the track, and you go, "Hey boys, how's it going?"
Oh, I think I've seen that before.
Is that? You're not making that up. That's real.
That's 100% real.
Wow.
Now I know what those school children were trying to tell
That's
me.
right. That's right.
That's so cool.
Yes.
I had a hearing impaired friend. I don't know why I'm pointing at you while I say that. That's incredibly rude.
No, it's not rude in sign language at all.
Oh, fabulous. Well, I had a hearing impaired friend. I would like to reconnect with her. Rachel, if you're out there. And we used to sign from across the classroom. It would really piss off the teachers because they'd say, you can't, pass notes and you can't talk during class. And so we would sign. And the only thing we knew how to do were like, a few words like candle or pretty and we could do the alphabet.
That's pretty?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh.
I don't know. Is it? Am I remembering this correctly?
It's both.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Aloha.
Right.
But yeah, we would paint.
As I give you the whore sign.
Yeah, I know. Whore.
Yeah.
It's like, hi, Mark. I'm gonna do that every time I see you.
Yeah, please.
Beautiful whore, everybody.
I will. Beautiful
Yeah.
whore. See, it's an educational show.
It is.
as
It is.
well.
It is.
It really is.
Yes, you didn't think people didn't think they wanted to tune in. And by the way, the ones that are listening to this on Renegade Radio are like, "What the fuck are you guys
They
doing?"
have no idea. They're like,
yeah.
"What are they doing?"
Wait.
You're taking our 3 W fingers, like
Yeah.
as if you were gonna hold up the number.
It's
3.
the Boy Scout like
Is
3.
it the Boy Scout? I thought the Boy Scouts were together. No.
Yeah.
The Boy Scouts are together, but you splay them
Boy
out.
Scouts together, then separate it out so you can make a little W.
Right.
And then you put it out to the side.
And go, hey.
And then you shake it back and forth.
Yes, you
shake it like a
Yeah, you put
Polaroid.
your left.
Yeah.
Does it matter if it's the right or left side?
No, it doesn't matter because there's like
Yeah.
one-handed deaf people.
I'm left-handed. So.
Oh, I love the idea of the one. How do they sign candle and stuff if you're one-handed?
You would just do one hand. So like instead of like this is sign for candle, you just go candle, like one candle.
And the other person's just supposed to be understand. They can't be like, no, you're not pronouncing that
So-
right.
Understand, asshole.
So wait, so you signed with a one-armed deaf person?
Well, no, I sign one-handed all the time because how am I supposed to sign and drink at the same time?
Ah.
Smart.
Yeah.
See this. That's why he has the one-man
Holding
show
your drink,
signs.
and you're just like, hi, Mom, you're a bitch.
Yeah, because how did she sign Smoking Rocks? That's you got to have both hands for that.
She's got one.
Bitch is pretty close to thank you.
She got the mouth on the pipe and then one hand on the lighter and one hand going, shut up, I'm busy.
Wait, bitch and thank you are very close.
Well, I could
This
be.
is
I could
this
be
is
wrong.
thank you.
Okay.
And this is bitch. And this is bastard.
Okay.
They're so close. I'm totally gonna screw that up. I really wanted to learn how to be a sign language interpreter, but
It's never too late.
you know what? I'm definitely thinking about it now that you gave me the idea. I was like, oh, I could always go back to college and learn something useful.
Yeah.
Because the only reason I hadn't is my father's going hearing impaired, but he's in denial about it. He's just old and cranky. It's not like anything you'd be like, oh, no, he's just an asshole. So
What?
Yeah.
What?
makes you
what?
repeat
What? Yeah.
everything.
Asshole.
Yeah, that's what
Wait,
I'm
wait,
using
wait,
around
let's
the
see.
house.
You're not talking
Asshole.
clearly. Speak up.
Right.
Yeah, his eyes are going, his ears are going, and I said, well, what if we learn sign language together, or I could read you the new Bob Woodward book, or I'm trying to find different ways.
Wow,
to
that's just what I
engage.
wanted. That's what I want signed to me by the new Bob Woodward.
Well, no, I
book.
figured I would read it to him while he could,
Oh, okay.
read it
Yeah.
really, really loudly.
Just
but
do
he's
that asshole sign again.
Asshole.
Trump. That's the book right
let's
there.
read
Trump
that.
is the book. That's the Bob Woodward. Right,
I think the sign for Trump is like you do a hair thing.
Yeah.
And then you're an asshole.
right.
I used to have there was one child in one of the I was gonna say the camps the summer camps that I'd worked with who was hearing impaired, and she told me that this means weirdo. So she would say,
Why would she say that to
That's
you?
little buddy foo-foo.
well, it should be little buddy foo foo bopping on the head.
Why would she tell you what the sign for weirdo is?
Because I'd asked her.
Because you're a weirdo.
Because I have the mind of a child. So when we were sitting there, we're like, oh, so what's weirdo? And she goes, oh, weird or weirdo. And I said, okay. So she's like, I'm going to give you a name. And before she knew me, it was K. So it was Kitty for long-haired Kitty.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's really sweet. And then by the end of the trip, it was a week-long camp. And by the end of the trip, she was like, no, you're weirdo. You're Kitty the weirdo. Instead of beautiful princess hair, it turned into Kitty the weirdo.
Well, you can be both.
Yeah, I know, but now I'm just, hey.
Yeah.
For
You're
those of
just
you
a
who are-
whore.
For those of you who are just listening,
Yeah.
you take your 3 fingers,
Yes.
you put them out, you wag them all
Right.
about.
Except if you get shit breath and eat with your mouth open.
No, I'm going home.
Yeah. So when did you first do comedy? Because when I left, and you were on our show way back when, 2015, when I had my last show,
I think I was in kindergarten back then.
I was trying. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was trying to get you on the show for a long time. Finally, because you were giving away Hosico tickets.
Yeah, Ozzy. It was
Yeah.
actually, DJ Darkstar and I came to promote the Osico show.
Osico show.
That was,
And they called in. And it was my last show before I moved to New Orleans.
I think one of them called from Germany and the other one called from Mexico.
Right. We had quite a lineup in the show, and I've already told the story about how Ross Jeffries was on his hands and knees begging you to go
Wait, you already told that
to a
story?
synagogue. I've told it before, but
Oh.
I've told that Ross Jeffries he started the pickup artist thing. He started like in the 80s.
It was like before that mystery guy.
Before Mystery, before the game, before any of that stuff.
Yeah.
and we had him on the show with you, and like there was like 10 people in the studio. We had a guy that lit his hand on fire, breathing fire.
He lit my hand on
He
fire?
lit your hand on fire.
It was really cool.
It was a good show. It's in the YouTube archives. So this guy's the top pickup artist, and Kitty, as she's been doing on the show, very funny, very charming. And every time you would say something, he'd be, who said that? Who said that? Who said that? And he was
hiding.
And he was so charmed by you that he.
Which I thought he was joking. I really genuinely thought he was joking.
Yes, the man who's been picking up girls since the '80s was on his hands and knees, begging you to go to synagogue with him for something.
Well, no, it was. I think it was just he wanted for me to basically be his prop to offend his parents. He's like, "This is my new."
Is that what it is? You were the shiksa.
I think
the weirdo
I was
shiksa.
Be like the disappointment for the parents around a holiday or something high and holy and disappointing.
Right.
And I think he was more interested romantically in the other available women there. I think with me it was whore. Oh, whore!
I know.
Bringing it back.
I don't think so. I don't think so. He
never called me after that.
Yeah. Well.
He's a pickup artist.
He doesn't do that. You got to.
No,
yeah.
He didn't pick me up.
He failed.
No, but he did try.
Yeah.
So A for effort.
I think begging on your hands and knees is not a good one. Not a good technique.
Well, he could have also been looking for loose change. I don't know.
That's true. and you always wear pants, so he wasn't looking up your dress.
No.
He said he was Jewish, so looking on your hands and knees for change.
Yeah.
You know.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
As a Jew,
that's
I'm
right.
Just saying, it's just, we know who we
are. Yes. Kitty dropped a quarter. We heard the joke. But anyway, at that point,
never drop a quarter.
At that point, you had not done comedy, as far as I know.
No,
you've done burlesque.
I was just doing hosting, really. But
right, you've hosted, you've done burlesque.
Yeah, and every once in a while, when I would host, every once in a while you do some crowd work and people would giggle and you just keep doing it. And then after a while, people assumed I was a comic because I was funny when I was hosting. So they're like, oh, it all makes sense. You should be able to host and do comedy. If you can't, there's something wrong with you. So I just I started getting invited to either do private parties or, perform with burlesque troupes. And I never said I wasn't. So when they would hire me and they were offering money, never turned down a paid gig, kids.
Yes, Jonathan and I can attest to that.
So I figured, okay, well, I'm starting to get paid to do comedy. I guess I shouldn't be embarrassed if somebody says, oh, are you a comedian? You can honestly say, yeah. But for years, it was really uncomfortable admitting, it was like somebody asking, do you rollerblade? It was, I didn't know how to respond and still have being taken seriously, because the first thing they do is, oh, just another woman comic. Okay, well, what do you really do? I'm like, well, no, Jesus. For a while that was paying my bills, so I was really happy.
Right.
So,
and trust me, that makes you more successful than 99% of the comics in LA.
I had no idea. That when I, people would ask me, so when do you do comedy? Where do you do it? Have you ever been paid? I was like, actually, I've been really lucky. I've only been invited places. So it was, I'd never done an open mic. I'd never just kind of I'm very shy. So
we could tell.
Well, it's okay. It's like, this is a safe zone.
Yes.
This is a safe zone.
Yes, it's a safe zone for whores. Like
it is. It is. But it took a while to get comfortable with the idea. Now, at least, if somebody says, oh, are you an actor? I can say, no, I'm a comedian. And
you've acted too.
I have, yeah. But I'm not like, I don't have like an agent and go on, auditions unless somebody is auditioning and they want to offer me something.
Agents in the audience.
I'm always available for a paid gig. I am.
But you, because that's the thing.
It's going to come back and bite me in the
ass. I did my show.
All right.
I did my show, and you're like, well, how come you didn't book me? I'm like, I didn't know you were a fucking comedian. I should have known. First off, like I say, everybody's doing comedy now. My dry cleaner does comedy. Everybody does comedy. But you are actually funny. 99 out of 100 people, I'd say.
You're just saying.
No, 99 out of 100 people that say I'm doing comedy. I'm like, yeah. You said don't, or are you funny? I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Mark had put me on the spot last night. He was talking up a storm, said these nice things to these nice gentlemen about me, and I thought, oh, I better not disappoint Mr. Mark. I better not disappoint him.
Oh, stop it.
It's going to be really
You
embarrassing.
could never disappoint me, and you know that.
Yes, I could.
No, you could not.
I so could.
When you had your store, we would walk in. I just want to say, we would talk.
Like I should pour some out for the dead store.
Yeah, we would talk for hours.
What store was this?
Subculture clothing accessories.
Goth.
It was called Fatal Impact.
Mm-hmm.
Our first sponsor of the podcast.
Was it the first? Yeah.
Yeah, but that was way back in 2013. But
I was
we would
in
just
kindergarten back.
yes, you were you were in preschool at the time.
Yes.
And we would just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
We would.
I've got so many tickets because I would be lost in conversation
I
with
tell
you.
I'm like, go out there not playing. The parking enforcement will get you. It was on Ventura Boulevard, so they were not playing.
Yes, but so now you're a comic, and now we're gonna get you gigs, and we're gonna get you. Yeah, and I want to see the act, but I'm going to book you on my show. I'm going to miss your show at the Van Nuys Comedy Club.
Yeah, apparently I will be performing at the Van Nuys Comedy Club.
You mean the Springbok?
At the Springbok on the 25th.
This is who she was trying to impress. So it's a very low.
I was told, this is your shot. You want your shot? This is your big shot.
Said that to you?
It was like Eminem. Yes.
Yeah.
You only get one shot. Yeah.
But
it should be a fun show.
One shot.
It's okay. You know what? I made sure I bowed and I showed appreciation and
like if that was
yes, sir, absolutely.
Like, if that was a cum shot, I would dodge it.
You want to know something? I thought it was being so professional when I extended my hand to shake his hand to say goodbye, and he had extended his arm out like for a hug, and I was like, "Am I supposed to come in for a hug?" Because it's like super weird if somebody tries to hug you, but you don't know that they're trying to hug you, but you go in for a hug, but they weren't expecting a hug, and then like, what the hell are you doing? So I didn't want that moment,
right.
But at the same time, it was like, I extended my hand, and he whispers, he goes, come here. I'm like, oh, okay, come in for the hug. And he was so sweet, and he goes, why would you extend your hand? Like, I'm going to shake your hand or something? I'm like, what, you wanted me to whip out my dick? That's awkward.
Knowing Billy Bats, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well,
he would love that.
He was so sweet. He goes, do you have a dick? And I was like, well, you could come see on Saturday night. Yeah, but he's not going to be there on Saturday night.
Right. Anyway, but you saw me perform there last night.
I did.
It was a fun show, and you're going to have a fun time.
Which I was going to say, my favorite joke from the girl with white skin bit is the handprint.
Yes.
I love the handprint.
The handprint is great.
Keep the handprint.
I'm keeping the handprint. Anyway, Jonathan, you have a show.
That's right.
On Thursday nights, the Corbin Bowl.
Oh, that's a mic. Yeah.
Yeah, but
from here.
Okay, yeah, but what was the first time you went on stage? Where was that, and what was that like?
The very first time I did comedy on stage.
Yes.
I was at Expression Mondays. It was a mixed mic in Santa Monica.
Like mixed like poets and musicians and and homeless people and.
I told a bunch of stupid one-liners. And I was like so nervous I was sweating buckets.
Yeah.
And people laughed. People laughed at my stupid jokes.
And they're still doing it.
They're still laughing at my stupid jokes. I don't do most of those jokes anymore.
Well, I would hope not.
So where are you going after this? You said you're going to be performing at the Corbin Bowl?
Yeah, so Ryan Talmo and I host an open mic at the Corbin Bowl in Tarzana.
Right.
Right across the street from the legendary Cadillac building there.
It's where I spend a lot of nights singing karaoke because my ex-girlfriend wanted to go there every single week to do karaoke, and it was the worst. I can't... If I go to karaoke and somebody I start hearing the opening to Bohemian Rhapsody, I gotta leave. I can't do it. Can't fucking do it.
Bohemian Rhapsody. It's like a 7-minute
Everybody does Bohemian Rhapsody.
That is your one time.
Every karaoke.
Your song is longer than 4 minutes. You're a piece of shit.
Not only that.
Agreed.
Not only that.
Yes, agreed.
Not only that. Meatloaf a lot.
What?
Paradise by the Dashboard Light, which is about 10 minutes long.
You're a piece of shit. No.
Well, yeah, I am a piece of shit. But anyway.
Not you. I mean,
yeah.
I like that you looked at me when you were saying that you're a piece of shit, but you were directing it to the person.
Could you sign I'm a piece of shit?
You're a part of shit.
Oh,
and Meet the Fockers, they're like, the sign for poop is like this. This is not poop. This is shit. This is poo-poo.
So there's
You wouldn't
I
teach
didn't
a
know.
little child shit. Like that's not something you would teach them. Just like in fucking Jerry Maguire when they like watch the deaf couple sign to each other and he goes like, "What did he say to her?" And she goes, "Oh, he said you complete me." He did not say you complete me. He did
What
not
did he
say
say?
that at
What did
all.
he say?
He goes, "You make me feel great." That's what he fucking said. And I'm like, that's so fucking stupid.
Now you're gonna tell me the Happy Days, the Happy Born Days is incorrect.
Everything you know is a lie. I'm
Really?
bursting all your bubbles. Just like
Fonzie got the sign language wrong.
I don't know. I didn't see that episode.
Okay.
And
Anyway.
Fonzie didn't really jump a shark. That was not a real shark.
Oh, you're crushing all my dreams. Jonathan David, where does the time go? We're bursting his bubble like somebody's podcast.
Yeah, watch that podcast.
Yeah, no, it's a good podcast. But I'm looking forward to seeing your show because I've seen your comedy, and as I said, you take the pain in your life, you take the struggles, you take the silence and the loudness, and you give comedy something it really needs, which is angst, which is truth. And Signs, tell everybody about the show once again and where it's going to be.
You can check out the show. You can get tickets at jonathandavidsigns.com. It's JONATHANDAVIDSIGNS.com. And the first show is June 8th at the Broadwater Theater second stage.
Right.
You can't bring drinks into the theater, so you gotta buy them at the bar next door at the Broadwater
Right.
bar.
Or get a mini
That's
flask and put it
that's
in
what's
your
great
booth.
about the Fringe
Sneak
Festival.
your own booze in. Sneak your own booze in.
That's what's great about the Fringe Festivals. There's booze all
You
around.
can also buy the tickets from the Hollywood Fringe website. And
Which I believe is
Yes, but
hff2019.com.
can we purchase them through your site so you get credit?
you do like
Oh,
it,
you